This week, we are going to be talking about our five senses. And we've gone over this a little bit in class, but I just want a little reminder about what our five senses are. Do you know all of our five senses? Can you think of any of them? I do have them written up here too. Our five senses: sight, we see with our eyes, our sight; hearing, we hear with our ears; smell, smell with our noses; touch, we feel things, right? With our hands, touch things with our feet too; and taste, yum or yuck, depending on what our taste buds think, right? So those are our five senses. Our senses gather information from our environment and send it to our brain, who makes sense of it all. And that's how we get our information about our environment around us. And so today we're going to just kind of introduce each sense, and then the lessons for the following days of this week will go in depth on each sense a little bit more. So today we're going to start with our book, and it is called Senses for Everything: The Five Senses by Katherine Hengel. Senses are for everything. Senses help us understand our world. We use our senses all the time. Most people have five senses, what we talked about: hearing, sight, smell, touch, taste. Our sense of hearing. Derek listens to Aaron's plan. Derek can hear other noises in the classroom too. Our ears sense sounds. Our brains tell us what the sounds mean. That's how we hear. So our ears gather the sounds. They send that information to our brains. Our brains process it really quick like a computer and tell us what we're hearing. And it all happens so fast, we're not even aware that it's happening. Our sense of sight. Miranda practices juggling a soccer ball. Her favorite player does it all the time. Miranda uses sight to watch the ball. Our eyes send pictures to our brains. Our brains tell us what the pictures mean. That's how we see, right? So our eyes capture the pictures, send that picture to our brain computes it, tells us what we see, just like that. Our sense of touch. Stephanie is at the beach. The sand feels rough. She's burying her dad's legs in the sand. Our skin is covered with sense receptors. When things touch our skin, the receptors send messages to our brain. Our brain tells us what the message means and tells us what we're touching. So fast, right? Our sense of taste. Cynthia's aunt got her an ice cream cone. She takes a lick. It tastes like chocolate. The roof of our mouth, and the roof of our mouth is at the tip top of our mouth. We can touch it if we push our tongue up. That's the roof of our mouth. So the roof of our mouth and our tongue are covered with taste buds all over. The taste buds send the messages to our brain. The brain computes it, tells us what we're tasting. And our sense of smell. Gabriel went to the bakery with his grandpa. He got 2 muffins. One is lemon and the other is chocolate. They smell so fresh. We use our sense of smell a lot in class when we're baking the banana bread or other treats Miss Janelle might be making with us on Cooking Fridays. I hear you guys start saying, when is it going to be ready? It smells so good. I want to eat it now. And so what's happening is that food that's cooking is sending the aroma and the odors out. And our receptors in our nose are catching those odors, sending the message to our brains. Our brains are computing that message, tells us what we're smelling. And that's how we smell. But almost all the time, we are using more than one sense at a time, right? Right now, I'm using my sense of sight, I'm watching myself. I'm using my sense of hearing. I can hear myself speaking. I can feel the book in my hand. I can smell some baking being cooked in the kitchen right now. So our brains can get multiple messages at once, and there's such a smart computer in that brain, not a real computer. And it can process all these messages at the same time and still give us all the information we need so quickly we don't even know what's happening. So there are other times too when we use more than one sense, right? Like Bailey feels the wind in her hair. She can smell her neighbor's campfire too. Our 5 senses work together. We can use more than one sense at once. So she feels that wind, right? She might even be seeing her hair blow. She feels the wind on her skin. Maybe it's chilling, giving her goosebumps. Maybe it's a hot day and that wind feels nice and cool, right? And that wind is also capturing odors and aromas that her nose is smelling and sending to their brain, right? So she smells a campfire. Maybe she smells spring flowers too. So she's using more than one sense at a time. Another example is Leah is in the ocean. She can taste the salt water. She can hear the waves. What else can she sense? What else do you think Leah playing in the ocean can sense? She can probably feel the water. Is it cold? Is it warm? She can feel the waves crashing. Maybe she can, not just taste the salt water. Maybe she gets the sand in there also, that sandy ocean water, right? What else can you think of? So now we're at the end of the book, and there's a little quiz at the end of the book to see how much information we learned today. So would you like to take the quiz with me? I think that you'll do a really great job. So it's a true or false. There's 4 questions. True, it's right. False, it's wrong. Okay. Our ears send pictures to our brains. Our ears send pictures to our brains. True or false? False, right? Our eyes send pictures to our brain. Our ears don't take pictures. We don't see with our ears, right? We hear with them. Okay, number 2. Our skin is covered with sense receptors. True or false? Our skin is covered with sense receptors. True, right? That's what feels and sends that message to our brain, the sense receptors. True. Okay, question 3. Only the roof of our mouth has taste buds. only the roof of our mouth has taste buds. True or false? False. Our tongues also have taste buds. Not just the roof of our mouth, they do have taste buds, but our tongues also have taste buds, right? Okay, last one. Question 4. We can use more than one sense at once. We can use more than one sense at once. True or false? Definitely true. We know that. We use lots of senses at one time. Take a minute and think about all the senses you're using right now. You're using your ears to listen to me? I hope so. Your eyes to watch? Can you smell anything? Is anybody cooking anything at your house? Can you smell flowers from outside? Can you feel anything around you? Are you at a table? Is it hard? Soft? Smooth? You on the floor? Is it rough? Is it soft? So we're constantly using all of our senses to interpret our world around us, and that's how we get a lot of our information. But not everybody has use of all 5 of our senses, and we know that, right? Some people don't have our sense of sight. They are blind. They cannot see. Some people don't have the sense of hearing. They cannot hear. They are called deaf. They do not have the sense of hearing. Some people lose their sense of taste and smell, and a lot of times they're connected to each other. If you're sick, have you ever noticed if your nose is all stuffed up, sometimes you can't taste as good? It's kind of connected back there. Okay? And in very, very rare cases, some people don't have the sense of feeling. They cannot feel things. Everything feels the same to them. Hot, cold, rough, smooth, it all feels the same. Okay? But a lot of times when people lose one sense, their other senses are heightened. They can use them better because our brains aren't getting so many messages, right? They're not getting what we're seeing and hearing and feeling and tasting and smelling. Maybe they're only getting what we're seeing and tasting and smelling and feeling, but not hearing. So those other senses work a little bit better a lot of the time. We also know that if you lose one of your senses, you can still get around and communicate and live in our world, right? What happens when someone can't hear? How do they communicate? If someone couldn't hear me right now, they could see that my mouth was moving, but they couldn't hear the words coming out. So how would we communicate with them? Sign language, that's right. We can talk with our hands. So people that can't communicate by talking because they can't hear it, they can communicate with their hands where they can see it, right? Do you know some sign language at home? Some of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, right? I have an alphabet sheet in your work file if you want to practice sign language alphabet, maybe learn your name in sign language. Your parents can print that out for you, okay? They also have words. It's not just letters. You don't need to spell everything out in letters. Do you know any words? Sign language words? Like more, right? More. Milk. Okay. But I wanted to teach you guys a few maybe new signs that you don't know, some fun ones. Would you like to do that with me? Okay. So we have, pretty easy. I know you guys can do this, okay? Baby. Baby. Can you do baby? Baby. Mommy. 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 Daddy, 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 baby, mommy, daddy. Show me mommy. Show me baby. Show me daddy. Okay, a few more. Grandma. Ready? Mommy, grandma. Mommy, grandma. Grandma. Grandpa. Ready? Daddy, grandpa. Daddy, grandpa. 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 Okay. Show me grandma. Grandma. Show me grandpa. Okay. Show me baby. Show me daddy. Show me grandma. Show me mommy. Show me grandpa. Okay, one more. We're gonna learn an animal now. Shark. Ready? Shark. 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 Show me mommy. Show me baby. Show me grandpa. Show me shark. Okay, do you have them? I think you have them. Now we've learned just a few words. You ready to learn a song? Can you guess what song we're gonna learn? I'm gonna try to play it, the music, so I hope you can hear it okay, all right?
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark, mommy shark. Daddy shark, daddy shark, daddy shark, daddy shark. Grandma shark, grandma shark, grandma shark, grandma shark. Grandpa shark, grandma shark, grandma shark, grandma shark.
All right. So look at that. We learned the song just like that. I hope you guys had fun with it today. I had fun introducing the 5 senses to you and learning a silly song that's probably going to be stuck in my head all day now, but that's okay. It was still a lot of fun. We're going to do follow-up lessons this week where we get more in depth to each sense. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.